Welcome. Good evening. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing, huh? Like get comfortable, you know. We'll be sitting like this for a while, so might as well get comfortable. If I do get comfortable, I might be falling asleep, so I can't be too comfortable, but I have to be comfortable enough to sit a long time. Good evening, good evening. Welcome. I know I've been making this for the last few days. Out of this yarn here, it has Tiffany blue and shade up baby blue, some purple and some pink. It looks like that. It looks almost like Chebet, the color of ice cream, you know. um, hello, twin. The great indoor wrapped. Hello, welcome, Bobo, twin. Hello, hi to all of you, and hi to all of you too. Much love and respect. So I was gonna cook today, but because the Valentine is coming, so I thought of a few sweet that I'm gonna be cooking. Perhaps start tomorrow, where I gonna start doing some simple treat that we can do for Valentine's. I did the chocolate cover. I did some of the Asian sweet. I know that you guys probably said no, you pass. I'll pass. No, I'm fine. I understand. It take one to know one to eat certain one food. You know, I gathered because when I first came to America, I was 17 years old, and eating American food was like so much effort. And you can't blame us for that because we grow up eating rice every day. All of a sudden there was burger, there's meat patty in the bun, so we don't know what that was. So it took us a lot of years to get used to it. But despite of the culture differences, hey, I made it through. Guess what I'm doing? I became chef. So that way I can cook any kind of food that I like, you know, and on a day I don't cook, I do this for fun, okay? This is not a career. It's not anything that I have preference of. It's something that I enjoy doing on the day that I'm not extremely busy. Okay? So this scarf here is a beautiful pattern. It's it's very easy actually. I'll show you how it is. It looked like a heart, yet it symbolizes of a heart, but it also symbolizes of pineapples. As you know that I just finished a pineapple scarf or the next pieces, so it was so beautiful. Leon, hello. Nice clean. Really? That's what you think I am? A dry clean lady? You are so funny. Who's doing dry cleaning at this time? It's almost midnight. Who's gonna do dry cleaning? They closed. What you need dry cleaning for? You attending the wedding? Who's getting married? Just kidding. But welcome anyway. You looking for a dry clean? You think because I crochet, I'm do dry clean also? You're so funny. I know you. You probably think that doing crochet is a work of old lady who retired and had no life. You just sit all day to crochet. That's it. I wash dishes too, but you're funny, Leon. You're gonna be fighting with me tonight. Um, no, I wedding is something that I won't be doing for a while. I Yeah, wedding is serious commitment unless you're ready for it. You know, if you're not ready for it, stay celibate, stay single as long as you need. There's no rush. If a person loves you, she will be there, believe it or not. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not, it will be gone. Okay, just put it that way. Because you worry too much about things and you get old fast. So I started this a few days ago. Hey, I didn't spend all day all night on it, but I spent some time on it because I just love the patterns. So the pattern looked like the DNA design, if you know what that is. You know, when they do the DNA structure. So it looked almost like that. It's a little complicated, right? But it's a beautiful pattern. What because this is so thin, okay, very skinny for scarf, unless it's for a child, okay. So I'm thinking about put border on it. Okay, so I'm gonna do extra crochet. Or I could do one of these and then I can attach it, but I thought that if I add extra layer, outline, out layer, you know, different design, it'll do. But also thinking about doing a double of these guy here, which is just glue two of them on each side here, on the side here, so it'll be double. It'll be like this, okay, but then it'll be in one piece. Yeah. You in California? What part of California? You know, I'm from California too. I'm a California girl. I'm a golden girl. I wasn't born there though. I was raised there for what, 40 years. I spent my teenagerhood, my adulthood, my motherhood, my marriagehood, my singlehood, my brokenhood, all the hood I've been through. Oh yeah, and I went through like the worst neighborhood, like working with the thug hood and working with those wonderful hoods, you know. So I'm a hood, so you don't mess with me. You're gonna get it. Um, I know. I learned to speak English there in California. Um, I learned some of the good English and bad English too because I hang out with the hood, so I know some of the hood language. You know what I mean? Long Beach. Oh my goodness, you're from Long Beach, California. How many people are from Long Beach, California? Oh my goodness, you're 30. No, I don't remember being 30. That was too long ago. I forgot how to be 30 because my 30 was like not the most happy in my life, happy time in my life. You know, I thought that you fall in love and you fall into love with the wrong guy and he keep breaking the heart. You know, keep doing the thing that the man's supposed not to be doing. But I love the man, stay true until he got used to being the king of the castle. And then when I said, hey, move over, king, because the queen gonna rule her own castle too. So, oh, California, I love California. You know, it's asked me where I came from. Oh, you sound Cambodian though, because me love you long time as Cambodian, believe it or not. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to start the second heart, the second pineapple, because it have to have like an extra cable here, the lines of you, Fanny Leon, Oh, thank you. That's a nice compliment. I know too. I don't know you pretty or you handsome because I don't see you. Beauty is on the eye of beholder. You know, some beautiful lady could not be beauty both in and out. It's hard to find people who are beauty both in and out. I probably make a whole bunch of double crochet. So I am from, well, you didn't ask, so I'm not going to tell you, but I'm from California too. But I'm away from Long Beach. I'm over by the state capital where Schwarzenegger used to work at. Schwarzenegger, he was he was one of our governor. Now Newsom. I never met Newsom in person. When I was in California, we did a lot of a rally at the Capitol. Though I never met Schwarzenegger in person, but you know we saw him enough in his movies. I have, believe it or not, where I was born. Yeah, I have Instagram. My Instagram, I'm not quite active in Instagram. You know why? Because I have Facebook, I have YouTube, TikTok, Instagrams. It's so many things. It's so many. Like you know, like you have everything that Twitters and all that. It was too much. You know, I only concentrated on YouTube and TikTok. I never had I had TikTok for a long time, but I never done anything on TikTok. And then I started to add my cooking show on TikTok and do some of this on TikTok too. It's funny because I heard that TikTok is taken over by American company or American. So they right away, you know, there's new changes already. So it's not even. I haven't read a lot about it yet, but go to Miami? No. Um, I'm scared of water, so I can't be where the waters are, because I'm afraid of drowning. I have a lot of family in Long Beach, California, San Diego, Pomona, San Bernardino's. Well, Long Beach, I have so many there. I mean, Cherry Street, 13, 15 streets. Those are my families. And then one of the Monk Jerry, he's my nephew's. I think he stayed at one of the Thai temple. Yeah. So I have a lot of family member in Long Beach. I'm somewhat familiar with Long Beach. Let me count what I have. Why you plan on going to Miami? Miami is pretty. One of my friend, her family, is in St. Petersburg. I think they have Cambodian farm there. But I heard that her dad sold the farm. No, the family sold the farm already. So they used to grow all kind of vegetables, all kind of vegetables. Yeah, Plat Jerry, the monk Jerry. He's in Thailand right now. He went to Thailand. Plat Jerry, he loved to travel. So Chin Katok, my family, they go by Chin Katok. They big family in Long Beach, California. Those are my family, and a lot of my family on my mom's side are in San Diego. Sorry, and but on my dad's side are in Long Beach, California, and spread throughout that area in Long Beach, California, in Pomona, San Bernardinos, in that Southern Cal. But Chingatok are very. His brother name is. No, it's not Jeremy. Um, is it? Let's see. Um, Plat Jerry, he go by Plat Tong, and his brother name is shoot. I better remember my own cousin. If it's not, they be curse on me. Lot. I think go by Rod. Lot. And then Sam and Sammy. Who else? Um, if you know Long Beach and you know Chingatok, they're pretty Sandy Chingatok and Mary Chingatok. I I just been to Long Beach not long ago. There was my uncle passed, and there was 100 day, and my cousin passed. My cousin, my second cousin, she died on her wedding day. Linda Chinkatok. No, Puma. Linda Puma. Um, she'd been with her husband for 15 years, and they decided to get married, and she collapsed on her wedding day, and she died. And left her sweetheart crying on the wedding day. Actually, she didn't die exactly on wedding day, but she passed out. She was so ill, and she passed out and had to be on life support, and they unplugged it a week later because she became vegetated. So my family in Long Beach, California is a huge, and my grandmother, not my grandmother, my great aunt, Yai Bua, she has she has she had 3 sons and 2 daughters, and the daughters all gone. One of the sons is gone now, only 2 sons left. But there's a lot of family on my mom's side in San Diego. They gone by last name Sang Satnoy. And my cousin, he's a police sergeant at San Diego Police Department. But I don't understand why my mom and my dad end up in Northern California, not with my family in Southern California. So when we have activity, we would drive. So I asked my mom, my dad, why weren't we with the family when we when we first came to America? My mom said she doesn't know because we settled in different location, and at that time we didn't know much English, so we just don't know what to do. We just settle wherever the agent leave us at, with the sponsored. So I'm trying to do the double um, heart or the double pineapples. Thank you. Last year, not last year. Well, last year I lost 2 cousins, and the year before I lost 6 cousins. Everybody just die early, die young. My aunt who died at 106, Babua, and then few of my cousins and my aunt. So they just, everybody just like gone. Last year I lost my brother just 4 months ago. And life is so fragile. I can't tell you why, how, but then and that's why I think we should learn to appreciate and love one another more, you know, especially our family. Stop being mean, stop being greedy, because the way I see life is taking so quick like these, especially when my brother, he's only 58 when he passed, you know, and that was not even, he was, he's 5 years younger than I am, and he passed. But consider family on my dad's side, they they love drinking, you know, and a lot of them just died from heart and livers or die from alcohol-related syndromes, you know. It's just sad because it is sad because that's how things are in that area, because people live in a community where a lot of Cambodian living in the same community, in the Laos, the Hmong, no, not so much Hmong. I think some of the Laos, a lot of Cambodian live in Long Beach. They even have their own street name, Cambodian town. And then what else do we have? A lot of Cambodian temple, for sure. Okay. And then I just noticed that they always have some activity going on, you know, like, and there was wedding, graduation, birthday, wedding, graduation, funerals, always something going on. And each time they have something going on, they always have drinks, and they be drinking and party too long, and then pass down from older generation to younger generation. So my cousin in that area started drinking so much, you know, as soon as it turned 21, I think they already drinking when they were a lot younger. So I'm not condemning my family, but just, you know, it's just that my family drink. My brother drinks, and the one that just passed, you know, he drinks, and he drink the most. He's been drinking at least 40 years, and he died from related alcohol, related alcohol syndrome, you know. I know, you know, I lost a lot of family, you know, I mean, not just people who live in America. I lost a lot of family in Cambodia too. I have family in Thailand too. And now that things are going on in Thailand and Cambodia, and kind of crazy and confusing anyway, you know. So my uncles, my cousin live in Thailand, and then I have a whole bunch of family on my mom's side in Cambodia. I heard India is beautiful, you know, I mean, it would be nice to visit. Have you been to India? You know, a lot of Cambodians visit India because they were saying that they have stupa, or they have remained part of the the Buddha. So a lot of uh, Buddhist follower would visit India to, was it India? I'm not quite, I'm not quite sure. Um, they do visit the area where they believe that where the Buddha was laid to rest, or that his remain was in one of the big stupa. I'm not quite sure, because I'm Christian by converted by conversion. I've been converted to Christianity over since 1981. So it's been what, 24 years. I mean 44 years. But I am still active in the Cambodian community, and I'm active in Buddhist community also, you know, because my mom and my parents and my family is still Buddhism, so I do give support, and I do help my mom getting around to the temple. So I don't desert the culture. I still participate in the New Year, and when my mom needed to get to the temple and do her Buddhist alms, I would take her. I will prepare the meal for offerings. I still give her money for offerings. So it's just a way to still show my family the loving support, you know. I'm not one of those lady who join the church and sabotage the community religion or belief. Not like that. I'm fully support my family, and especially my mom, who relies on my help to get to the temple. So I'm still supporting my family. Majority of my family are Buddhism, especially those that live in Southern California. All of them are Buddhism. Look at Monk Jerry. He became Robin. He became a Buddhist monk when he was, you know, Monk Jerry used to be very active in the community. He was the Apsara dancer, and he loved the cultural activities. So he would join the ladies doing the dance and stuff like that. And he was part of the cultural preservation in Long Beach, California. So I'm proud of him, you know. And then what else happened there? And then when his mom died, his mom the same age as I am. And that's my dad, sister's grandchildren. Now, their mom is my father's sister's children. So they're my cousin on my dad's side. So on my mom's side of family, not too many of them survived Pol Pot. We all got killed during Pol Pot because my family didn't leave Cambodia. So during the massacre, they all got killed. Save for a few who's already been a few that already been to Thailand before 1975. They came home. They came to their native lands and was safe. Same thing for my mom. We left early. We left Cambodia in 1974, so we're safe. I'm sorry about that. My phone has been acting crazy. Either my phone or my charger, I'm not sure which, because it started to die on my, in the middle of my, it started to die in the middle of my, my live show. I dislike that. How we doing, TikTok? I know, huh? You guys been quiet. How we doing? Do you like the way things are changing with the TikTok channels? You know that there'll be some changes. I'm not quite sure yet what what it be like. So but how many of you from Southern California or from California? California is a beautiful state, okay, despite of floods and fire and a little bit of sadness going on there. But other than that, I think we. Sorry, that's my dryer. It's annoying right now. Um, despite all the natural currents, I think California is beautiful. It's a coastal state. San Francisco, down from San Francisco all the way to Santa Barbara, um, San Diego, Long Beach. They have sandy beaches, so they're lucky. If you don't believe me, you can talk to, what's his name? Leon. 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 I've been to Long Beach a lot of times. I've been to San Diego a few times. To visit family, very seldom visit family because my mom's side of family, they're cool. It's just that oh, shoot. I think I make them too big. Anyway, so let's start over. Um, because my family in that area, the only time that I visit in that area probably funerals or graduation or wedding. And my family are good though, you know, they always be here for me. If anything, whether it's funeral, graduations, or wedding, they always be here. That dry is getting annoying. Just like have to let me know so many times. I didn't know my dryer can be that annoying. It's been reminding me what 5 times already. Tired, late Sunday, Saturday evening. Oh, I'll tell you what happened last night. Last night I went to attend concert of New Generation. You know who else performing at the New Generations? Not New Generation, New Edition. I get New Edition, New Generation from. Anyway, so if you remember Barbara Brown, no, Barbara Brown, Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown, he's part of the New Edition. He was there, you know, he's still doing good. And Bobby Brown used to marry to Whitney Houston. Remember Whitney Houston? She took an early trip back to, you know, to the creators. Really missed her. So a few years ago, he was here. Before over at this place here, he was here visiting Stone Paxton. Yeah. They came down to have the track produced. Can't remember which song of his that was produced here by Stone Paxton, but he was here, and he was in the kitchen cooking catfish. Oh my goodness. You don't mind? Let me go take care of turning off my dryer. It's annoying. Give me please a minute. Thank you for your patience. So when Barbara Brown was here, he was in the kitchen cooking catfish. And Stone Paxton wanted me to cook catfish of Bobby Brown recipe. He's here in town, so I don't think he had time to visit us with us, but I don't like catfish that much because catfish smells something crazy. You know, the only fish that I can handle well is whitefish or whitening fish that had a mild, low smell of fish smell. I don't know. I think a salmon is still strong. I have salmon from time to time, but you have to cook with a lot of garlics and herbs. But he said that, well, he didn't get recipe from Bobby Brown, and I'll make sure I'll make you Bobby Brown style catfish then. As it was a southern recipes. No, it wasn't southern recipe. It was Bobby Brown recipe. So okay, I'll do my best. He said, well, look at what kind of ingredient he's using. I said, oh yeah, it's simple. It can't be that complicated. You know, cannot be complicated because it just fry catfish. Oh, they said that they brought fresh catfish, um with skin. No, catfish with skin. I don't know about that. I would I would strip up. I would strip off all the skin for sure. There's no way that you know I want a catfish skin. Um, it's not bad, you know. I mean, Cambodian eat catfish with skin too. It just it's different when we fried it. Or I'm not sure because I'm so used to fish without skin, no. Because American eat the fish differently than Asian people. Asian we eat fish with bone, with skin, with head, with eggs, name it. Some some part of the country would cook the tiny fish. They don't even clean it. They just cook the whole thing. I'm like, that's too much, you know. Because fish are dirty anyway. If you don't clean it, and it's dirty. So I don't know how you're gonna eat fish without cleaning it. That'd be nasty. But then if you look at people who make food around the world, you know, I mean, you have people who eat fish raw in some country, especially in some part of the icy snow, like Alaskans or people who in Russia, where cold season is the longest season, or there's no fire to cook the fish, so they eat fish raw, frozen, not just raw, frozen, raw and frozen. So wow, no. But then people used food to their own environment. You know, we people survive in their environment, so you cannot really condemn anybody for being different or eat food in a different manner. You know, just that in America we eat fish from the package, from the bag, from the frozen sections. So we don't know how the fish really look like. Do people know how tuna look like? Do people know how red snappers or even mackerel look like? You know, because when we got them from the grocery stores in the pre-packages, so we don't see bone, we don't see any part of the fish, save for the meat. Okay, it's all nice and filleted, and it's just pure white, and there's no fat attached to it. You know, I mean, the way Chinese and the way Cambodian, the way all the Asian people eat their fish, they cook with bone, they cook with the fat, the skin, so they do have benefit from cooking it that way, because um, the fish are not being stripped of the nutrients of the omega fat 3 that we need, you know, the fish oil. Um, but the kind of fish that we eat these days, it does not have much value. It doesn't have fat content. It doesn't have any kind of content, actually. Maybe a little bit from salmon fish. But in a lot of country where the fish are being consumed with head, with skins, with bones, I think it's great because all these things is necessary the body, you know, I mean, with the bone marrows and all that. Before, American used to get so bothered by Asian people that start eating bone marrow, you know, they said, wow, yeah, yucky. But now bone marrow become part of the essential nutrient for the bone, for the hair, what have you know. And then now, since the sinews and the bone marrows are being acquired or being consumed more, so the price of it went up. Before, people just throw away the bones with um with sinews and with fat with and bone marrow. Sorry about that. Crazy because my phone is not charging up. There you go. So because Valentine is near, so I perhaps it'd be a great idea to do all the sweet, just in case you would like to surprise your sweetheart, your kids, your mom, and what have you. And I have a few sweet lineup that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. We're just going to do one item at a time, because each time when you do live streaming, cooking, it takes a couple hours, you know. Even sometimes people don't stay tuned because it's too long. I understand that, you know. I mean, because when we make food, it does take about that much of time. So it's not like I do that intentionally, you know. So, but again, I mean, cooking is never easy, whether you cook all your life or you new cook. But what I see is that people who, um, the new kids or the new cook, they don't start cooking until they leave the house. As long as you're living at home, mom always gonna be the person to help with cooking and make sure that you eat properly, you know, minute you left the house and now you're on your own. And what? My kid, when they first left the house, they did the same way. You know, they would call me up and said, Mom, you know, how you make this, how you make that, until they learn on their own too. You know, they went and learn on their own, which is nice to but now most of my kids, they cook really, really well, you know, and I'm proud of them. Sometimes my son is still calling me for some of the spicy ingredients, and he will say, Mom, no matter what how much I try to assimilate your cooking, but it never turn out the way you make them, you know. So how you make them, you know, that's hard to explain, because each each one of us had to develop our own cooking technique, our own cooking style. I either tell them, well, add more chili, or add more fish sauce, or add more sugars, or what have you. And they were saying it still don't taste like your mom, your cooking is not replaceable. It will not be replaceable. And I can say that too, because when I follow someone else cooking instruction, it never come out the way the original recipe is. You know, either it's too soft or too hard, or will never really come out the way it's supposed to. You know, sometimes I wonder if the recipe is sabotage. I could be wrong, you know. I mean, because I try that sometimes, unless I know the recipe by heart and that or something that I cooked years ago from school or from working in a restaurant, then I know that I know for sure that I have those recipe down in my head and I can replicate in my own cooking style, you know. I mean, it may not taste exactly the same as the original recipe, but you know, I mean, like I said, we always create our own taste, our own liking, and but then as long as it's not too soft, it's not too hard, and come out okay, I'm okay with that. I have issue with the banana bread, and if I go with the packages um, created to where will become your own. Each time I'm use someone else's recipe, I feel like um, it doesn't work exactly. You know, I mean, always something. Maybe I didn't do it right, or maybe the recipe is not correct. I'm not sure. You know, just like when I trying to make the bread, and I will follow the recipe, but yet the bread didn't come out exactly. You know, so sometimes I either work with the bread a little longer or the dough a little longer or use more wheat or I mean not wheat uh, flours or more milk or something, you know. So then you have to create that, make it to your own liking. That's just my experience, but my own experience, um, when I leave my recipe, it better work. But again, when Cambodian do cooking, they don't they don't measure, you know. It's just like so casually, you just throw everything in the pot or throw everything in the wok and just stir and just sample as you go, you know. There's no measurement in Cambodian cooking until now that I have to do